What's up, Running Village? Hey, another Scott shoe coming at you. One thing I want to do is make sure that I really talk to a lot of the specs that Scott shoes are rolling out. This is the T2C Evo, and what it is their lightest neutral race performance shoe, okay? Interesting enough that I've been in a lot of Newton's testing this year and have really enjoyed those, but one thing that people are looking for in shoes nowadays is to find a shoe that allows you to have a more efficient footfall, meaning less heel strike and all that. When you look at all this stuff and we start talking to you about the specs, know that that's what E-Ride is, and all the Scott shoes is this kind of rocked heel, rocked front end that really sets it up so you're not banging that heel, and when you hit, there's a sweet spot, nice midfoot that rolls off of this. And so what I found is, without being quote unquote minimal or gimmicky, what Scott Shoes is doing is designing a shoe that's somewhat more traditional for people, but when you get in them, you realize it feels better when you're midfoot striking in them than when you're heel striking. So they are really building shoes that help with efficiency without setting up anything weird, so it doesn't really change anything for you as far as having to acclimate or adjust to what's going on. This is an 11 millimeter drop shoe, and it's 240 grams for a men's size 9. So that's a very, very lightweight shoe that has all the aerofoam set in here. What they're doing with aerofoam is essentially just building a lighter weight foam that someone that's heavier, when you come down and you compress, it actually, similar to when you make like flour and water, if you were to stick your finger through it, you can go right through it. If you were to slap your hand, it kind of forms a nice bond across there. And they do that with this, so it's a very lightweight material that's actually very protective when you're in it. It also has the E-Ride flow underneath, and what they're doing with that is essentially taking normal heel strike would be outside heel, and normal foot, would be to pronate to neutral and roll through here. And so they're giving you a nice outer material here that runs with that flow, so you're supported the whole way in the shoe, which makes the shoe feel a little bit more substantial underneath it. You never feel like you're squishing through or losing support underneath. And then again, for Scott and all their shoes, the upper, I can see through this right now, and they're making it so that the tongues are super soft, kind of suede feeling on the top here, nice aerated down below, and this also has holes for drainage. So it's definitely, T2 comes from your transition in your triathlon from the bike to the run, and this is set up to do everything you need in triathlon. It's lightweight, it's protective, you could use it for workouts, probably running if you just want to do almost all your runs in it, and still racing as well. So let's see, one thing I want to do is, I'm looking through the specs here on the computer because they're throwing so much at you in the Scott stuff, and I think it's due to them that we need to give them credit for a lot of the stuff they're doing. Nice easy pull tab here, and essentially a pull tab here, so if you're wanting to adjust that on the fly and get in and out of those quick when you're racing tries, it's all right there. So I think when you look at the first impressions right now for this, what you're getting out of the T2C Evo is essentially a shoe that you could train in all the time if you wanted to, but you can also race in it. So if you're wanting bang for buck and you want to have a shoe you can use all summer, not only training and racing, look at this. But this is first impressions. I'm going to race in it a few times this year. I won't use it a ton for training because I'm an overpronator and I have a feeling I'll roll through it a little too much, and they're telling you that this is a neutral shoe. It's not for someone that really overpronates. And so I'll test it, or I'll get one of our other testers on it, and we'll get you a main review shortly. But so far, it's a smooth ride. It's very soft feeling, and I should say this is a size 9. I'm a size 10. This fits like a size 10. They've changed their sizing. They're trying to get it all together, but they're going from a European market to the US, and some of that stuff's not necessarily closing in exactly where they're all streamlined. So some of these size 9 fit like a 9.5, some of them fit like a 10. This in the T2C Evo is a size 9. It fits like a size 10. So we'll get a main review, get some miles on, and we'll get back to you. Again, Running Village, run smart, run local.